Hello, everyone. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. I'm here to do, of course, your Leo. Happy birthday, Leo. Your birthday video, your August video. And I've already laid everything out and shuffled and all that. And so let's see what we have here for you. I kind of looked them over a little bit too, Leo. I sat here for a second, had a look at everything. And I want to tell you off the bat that you've got these two things going on, okay? In some ways, you're very successful right now, or you're doing well, you're able to get yourself back up to par. You have money, you have things, you have enjoyments, okay? But inside, you're having a hard time, okay? You drew the Cernunos jumped out. The devil jumped out. And the devil can mean our fears, our worries, also our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves, and we can let our thoughts get to us, or we can let our doubts get to us, and feel that people don't believe in us or something like that, because you, Leo, like to be well thought of. You like to have integrity and walk tall. And right now you're not, for some reason. I don't know that necessarily it's other people that do feel that way, but I think you feel that way. And you're having a difficult time that way right now. And I can also tell, but because it's also joined with the Page of Cups in the Tower. And I feel this is where the destruction kind of happened, is the destruction was to your self-esteem, you know, liking yourself, loving yourself, being proud of who you are. Something happened perhaps recently or in the past that was destructive to that, and it could have been like a lot of other people, COVID and things going on online and stuff can really get you down. And there's something kind of getting to you, you know? And that may come out. Others may see this in your behavior, in your feelings, in your attitude, in what you talk about. And they may feel you're being harsh, or you might feel that they're being harsh. They're being harsh, especially when you've been there to support them and yada, yada, yada. So, because there's someone here that's being a bully or feels bullied in a way, and at some point you or them decides, I'm not going to listen to this anymore, I'm not going to take it anymore, I'm out of here, I'm not subduing myself to this anymore. But I want to tell you that this can be worked out. You're a very enterprising, wise person, Leo. And one of the things is you always can come up with a way to fix it, a way, the next step, perhaps. You're a good negotiator. I feel like this is a friendly meeting you're going to have, if this is involved with one person or a few people, but maybe meeting one on one and working things out. Because I don't think you want to be this way. I don't think you want to be upset, insecure. Who does, right? And and so I think you want to work things out with whoever this is. So, um, in the body of the reading. So again, I just I want to get this out and over with. Okay, once it's out and over with, that's your biggest issue. The rest looks pretty good, but there's some sort of regrets or something. Okay. Also, I think you may have went through a hard time financially at some point and had to really. You could only pay one person on your list of all your bills. The rest had to wait, kind of thing. You're kind of trying to stretch out your money over the winter. Maybe the winter was hard on you. something like that. And also, I think where you're working, you may decide to leave and go and do something else or somewhere else because you feel defensive perhaps in that atmosphere. You feel like you're tired of listening or having to put up with something at work, some sort of challenges. People are challenging you, maybe your position, and you don't know if you want to stick around, because maybe that's doing some of this damage over here. It's getting to you, something getting to you. So that's out of the way. So this stuff that's been going on, you've been trying to work through, okay? And plus you have other stuff going on at home, your bills and your relationships and sort of thing like that. And you have been thinking about it because like I said, you're very enterprising. You can work through things. You can figure them out eventually. They might take a while, but you do it. And here in the 7 of Swords, you've been trying to work out your finances, work out your relationships, think about what's causing all the conflict in your life. And you may have the help of this person, the Knight of Wands. It says the Prince of Wands here. You also, once you figure out a plan, a way to change things or improve things, you take action on it. You make a plan. You have a goal now to achieve, and you want to take action because the Prince of Wands does that. They take action on what they're doing, and so when you figure it out, you're going to take action on it. And you also may have the help of a Sagittarius or another fire sign here that helps you with the plan, perhaps, because fire is very goal oriented, task oriented. So I can see you doing that. And one of the interesting things I got to tell you about your reading is that every line here, past, present, future, ends with a king. And that's really important because it means that you're learning the lesson every time, in every instance of what's going on. You're evolving, you're learning the lessons because the kings have mastered it. They've mastered the wands, or they've mastered, creativity and planning and stuff, or they've mastered their feelings now, or they've mastered maybe some healing and the material, getting material, selling material, the worth of things. But each line ends with a king, so it means you're figuring it out, and you're mastering it. So in the past, back to the past again. um I think there's some, you realize your part in things. We all have a part to play, and you realize yours. And that's one of the things you're taking action on, is taking responsibility for your feelings. But there is still something to work on here. There's still something to improve. And I think you could be a bit of an entrepreneur. I'm wondering, okay? And so you may have something cooking, thinking, oh, um, I might try my hand at sales, or you might have some sort of side business going on, perhaps, and might want to develop that a little bit more. Because at the end of this past line is the King of Wands. He is very skilled, very experienced person, has probably had businesses, has, he is very passionate person too, very passionate. Some things you're mastering about yourself now, and it has something to do with your skills and how you approach things. This is creative thinking. We don't always have to go along this line we've been taught how to do this. There's other options on how to solve a problem. In the present, you have the Star, the World, the Seven of Pentacles, Death, and the King of Cups. So it begins with having hope. You know, some there could be some things going on in your life. Like I said, there's some disappointments here, and even though you're taking steps, you're having success, you're making change, you're you could be getting more things or more established. Sometimes you don't recognize it. You just are on to the next thing, and you're thinking, well, I didn't do this or I need to do that, and you're not giving yourself credit for all that you have achieved, all that you have learned, because like I said, there's a king at every end of each line. So you're getting it, you're understanding it, and you got to give yourself some credit for that. So you need to have a little faith that even the things that you could be still having difficulty, the challenges that you still may have, you will be able to work out. One of the important things, Leo, is you need to take care of yourself. You could have a lot of pots on the fire here going, a lot of things going on in your life, and you're not taking very good care of you, like eating some good foods, getting some exercise, getting some rest, proper rest. You know, those little things make big difference in your life. Also hydrating yourself. We do have the star. She is exchanging water here. So hydrating yourself is really important. So doing little things to take care of yourself, because things are about to change in your life. You're completing some sort of chapter, something that you've mastered here, a lesson in your life. And that's what all of the suits are about. You're mastering a journey, a lesson, whether it's a healing journey, whether it's a feeling journey, relationships. You're starting a new job, you move to a new place. There's ups and downs and things to enjoy and challenges and things along those way, and we evolve and master things through those journeys. So there's something here, because you've decided to let go a little bit and have faith. You've completed that's what you needed to do to complete the cycle. It's just easy. It's easy. It's not that hard. It's not the big plan. It's not the big It's having faith, thinking, you know what? I'm trying my best. Things will work out. They will work out. I'll get to them. It will happen. It'll be okay. I'm okay. And just letting that go, releasing a little bit, what can really help you move on to the next chapter. You may need to put some money aside, put some resources aside, for the winter, for time coming, and it's for a good reason. You'll need it in the future, okay? You're going to need it. So you need to start putting, saving and putting some money, preserving. Okay, that's the word I want. You need to start preservation, because something is ending here for you. Now, um, ending is when we not finish a chapter, we let something go. Okay, we let something go. Whether like I said, job, where you're living, you could be moving. Um, it's a change in your direction. The death card. To change in your direction. And all of a sudden seeking something you've long desired. If you look at this card, over there in the distance is a temple. It's some sort of a sacred place. It's got open air, there's no walls, lots of light. He's been staying in this tower and just been growing old there, feeling lonely and unsatisfied. And he really wants to go to that distant place. And in the death card, we decide to leave the tower behind, to go to something brighter, lighter, more air where we can breathe, and more spiritual a place, more forgiving a place. in our path, because something where you are is bringing you down, something like that. Okay, whether it's whatever situation it is, it's bringing you down. It could be eating away at you, something like that. And so then you have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is also a master, has mastered their feelings. They are open to relationships. They're open to give and take. They like to care about people, but don't give up everything about themselves either. They don't need to become another person, or they know who they are. They appreciate themselves. They love themselves. So they don't lose themselves in the relationships they have, but they also are able to have them, and have happiness. You could even get into music for some of you. I just felt like there could be, because it feels really good for you to sing or play the guitar or something that gives you that spiritual time kind of thing. Okay. So, in the future, also, you could be traveling a lot, whether it's short distance, long distance. I feel like you're really getting around, doing things. Probably it feels really good for you. It's something that feels good for you, um, because of the world there, but also the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands could be a lot of short trips. It's also communication that requires us to act quickly. We got to jump on this, or it could disappear. It's like it's calls you to action immediately. Okay. Eight of Wands, and like I said, could be a communication. You could hear something, get a little be in your ear and think, well, maybe I should look that up, try that out, contact them. You could be going and visiting, but I feel like you're reaching out. Okay, you're reaching out. Um, and this last line, I feel it like is a lot about your creative side, what you do for work, what you do creatively in a way. And there's something, because you might be putting out resumes, you might be seeking what else is out there, I feel, because I feel like there's some sort of dissatisfaction with where you are. All right. I feel like you feel like your hands are tied, you can't say anything, you only can look and listen, because there's, you know, it's, you just feel like you can't say anything or you can't do anything. Okay. You don't feel, I think you just don't want to do it anymore for some reason. There's something negative about it for you, and you're not enjoying it. It's work, always work, 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 work. And I know work is work, but this could be more about relationships. You're having to manage drama and relationships and stuff like that. It's just like, this is too much. I just don't want to have to deal with all this at my work, whatever this is. So I think you could be seeking other options, because the tower is coming. And the tower is a surprising event we're not expecting, and it's going to upset the balance. It's going to upset the balance. And I think you are going to move on to something else, which is why you might want to save your money, because there could be a transition period for you, like where you go 2 weeks or a month without a check, or something like that, because you're about to upset the cart here. You're about to say, no, I'm not doing it. See ya, goodbye, that's it. If you were wise, you try and take some sort of leave of absence while you're looking for the next place, claim sick or whatever you got to do to still give you some money while you're moving on to the next chapter. And you have the King of Pentacles. Now, The King of Pentacles feels the exact way you do. They're like, okay, because what you're doing, what you're doing, you're successful at it. You're good at what you do, but there's something else about the job that is not for you anymore. It bores you, you're tired of it, something like that. And so the King of Pentacles knows when to move on. He's learned lessons. He realizes that he's stable and secure and successful at what he's been doing. He just doesn't know if he wants to do it anymore or where you're doing it. So he's ready to move on, but he's looking for the right opportunity. He's not going to take just anything. He knows he has skills. He knows he has options, now. So he's looking for the right option for him. You've done a lot of maturing, Leo, through this chapter in your life, however long it's been. It could have been years, months, I'm not sure. But you've done a lot of maturing and a lot of evolving. You've really grown. You really learned a lot about yourself, too, here in this experience. But you're ready for something new. The King of Pentacles is ready for something new, to invest his skills. And man, do you have a lot of skills. You have 3 kings behind you of skills here. Okay. So in what are they called? The old path cards. I drew 3 cards for you. So you have the Knight of Rods. This is the second time you have the Knight of Rods and the Page of Rods, and then the 2 of Swords. So this could be definitely a family relationship, perhaps. Could be sister, aunt, uncle, mother, brother, son, daughter, something. I'm feeling a family vibe here between the Page of Rods and the Prince of Rods. And there could be some sort of disagreements, or you could feel in the middle of something, perhaps, or having a hard time communicating with this person. Maybe I don't know, maybe they're harsh, you're harsh, something's going on here where there's a clash of some sort. Okay. Someone could be telling not all the truth too, just part truths, and you're on to it, you know what I mean? But I think again in this case is where you're able to have meetings and work on things, work on things, because I think this relationship is important to you. This one, I feel like it's a family one, and I think it's important to you. So I'm thinking that you're trying to work things out. You know that some of it is you and some of it is other people's. You're willing to take on what's yours, but you're also not willing to just bow down to people either. So there's some sort of balance needs to be, equality of some sort, that mutual respect is more like what I'm thinking. In the Mythic Tarot, you have the Chariot, the Hierophant, and the 5 of Swords. So again, travel is indicated here. The Chariot is, you could be going on one big trip. You could be, just always going there this weekend, going there this weekend, that weekend, doing different things, really keeping yourself really busy. At the same time, I want to tell you, here we are talking about these 2 sides of ourselves. One who wants to be industrious and successful and have, good relationships and healthy, basically living healthy. But then there's this other side of you that is contradicting that very same thing that you want. You're not treating yourself well. You're not doing good for yourself. You got to treat yourself better in some ways. Okay. You're also torn in 2 directions about your work situation. I know I don't like it here, but I can't really leave. Like, where else? You're kind of like ho hum, not really getting off the pot, not really getting up and and doing something. But there is going to be something sudden that happens that requires you to jump on it. It's not something you can just procrastinate about. You need to take action, do the right thing. You may, and it evolves evolving at some level. You like it's a leveling up. You're going to be doing better, even though you're afraid to take your foot off something that seems stable. I think what you're stepping into is even better, to tell you the truth. And because whatever you're stepping out of is unhealthy in some way for you right now, and like I said, some of it's something and some of it's you. So you're kind of really thinking about this, philosophizing, maybe getting advice, guidance from someone in your life to help you through this. I think you do listen. So this is the second time getting the Five of Swords, too. And this could be, again, around your work where you just feel overwhelmed by people and how they communicate, drama, bossiness, something like that. And then you also may reflect this behavior onto your friends, family, but it's getting to the point where you or them are saying, okay, no more. I'm not doing this. I'm not, I don't want to be pushed around. You don't want to push back, but you're just like, no, I'm not communicating. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. So you're getting ready to walk away if something doesn't change. And I don't think a whole establishment or the whole place where you work can change. So you may decide to move on at this point. Um, you also have the Ace of Diamonds, the Five of Diamonds, and the Four of Diamonds. The Ace of Diamonds is an offer. I usually see this as a contract, a lease, something, some sort of agreement you could be signing. Also, I'm seeing a lot of money here. There's could be a ticket. That I see it kind of as paper form. Doesn't have to be. It could be an offer of money, new money, communication about money, because there's definitely money and prosperity here. Fives are gains or losses, and this is definitely a gain for you. It's an increase in your finances for some way, some reason, because of this document, these documents, something like that. Okay. And then the Four of Diamonds. So the Four of Diamonds is sometimes a decision time. Okay. And it's also a pause where we need to pause and think about something. And it could be what you're doing with your money. So I said back here that you may need to preserve some of your money, put some aside or something like that, because there's something that you're going to need it for, um, in the next month to 3 months, you're maybe even 4. You're going to need it in that time, because you may not have as much money then, or it may not be flowing like usual, something like that. So you're going to take some time to think about what you're doing with your money and your wealth, and how do you use it, how to be balanced in some way, because like I said, you're going to need it in a month to 3 months down the road, and for some reason. And if it's a purchase, you're going to be happy that you have the money to do it. And if it's because you're changing jobs and there's like a period where you're not getting paid, then you're going to be glad that money's there. Kind of like that. You know what I mean? Because I really feel like you could be making a change in your career, something you're doing creatively here. You're mastering a few things in your life. And I think you're starting to come out of this sad time about yourself, because you've been hard on yourself. Um, like I said, I think you're around some sort of negative energy in some way, and it reflects off you. And so, but you're about to change all that. You're about to change all this. So I would say within a month, probably, you're going to see big changes in your life, and they're going to make you happier, even though you're leery. You're like, oh, I don't know. Why would I change what I'm doing? Even though happiness is huge in your life, Leo. Huge, 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 huge. I can't even tell you. It's just as important as how much you make, is how much you like it, how much you're happy you're doing it. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just need something different, we just need something different. So, and that's for you because you've learned a lot of lessons here. You've grown a lot with these three kings, and that's why you're ready for something new. You've grown, you've mastered what you've been doing, and now it's ready to take it to a new level. So, anyway, I am excited for you, Leo. This is really good news. And we all have to do work on ourselves. Sometimes every day, sometimes once in a while, we just have to take a break and slow down a little bit and think. So, anyway, I'm behind you 100%. Take care. Happy birthday. And thanks for watching. Bye.